no. We're live right now. Oh, flip over to here. We're live right now. We'll tweet out the link here real quick.
Part 2.
Part 2. Are you tweeting out the link?
Oh, I can. Yeah, let me do that.
I can do that. I can do it real quick. I'm on it. Just didn't want to
Gained
be
a
double
sub.
posting.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you to whoever was not subscribed and now is.
Yeah.
Gets us up to $5 to St. Jude. Gonna have to get more than that, but it's a great start. So thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely it is. Man, I can't believe it crashed on this car. Man, and my mic came unplugged. I got my work cut out for me editing.
Yeah, no kidding.
We're back. All right. Tweet it out in case there's anybody out there that missed it. Dang, because we had somebody in the comments that's chatting with us. Come on back. Come on back in, boy. I mean, boy is in Fred, not like a derogatory statement. All right. Hopefully people will hop back in here soon. It's not a normal occurrence on our end. Wyatt, you said something about the number before 10?
Yes, that it would be 9, and that is who I'm taking in this game. I'm taking the Vikings. Ethan said the line super telling. I agree. Vikings 0 points. Their quarterback was worse than JJ, which I didn't know was imaginable. And Washington was in a close game with Denver. So, yeah, I think the line's super telling. Give me Minnesota in this game.
I agree. I'm holding the 9 right now. I couldn't agree with you guys more. I think Minnesota's a play here. Commanders coming off that win. I think has a lot of people feeling the Commanders, but seems like it's a mistake. Give me the Vikings. No player props. I heard in the 45 seconds you were offline, Geno Smith threw another interception.
I heard that too.
I apologize. I don't know how to pronounce that or say Mibara. If you were the person that subscribed, we want to say thank you. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Appreciate the comments, too. All right, next up, we have the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Buffalo Bills. Bills minus 5.5 point home favorites, over under set 53.5. Wyatt, I'm going to send it to you, so maybe you get to talk this time without getting cut off.
I don't like this game. I'll tell you right now. Cincy, Joe Burrow back 32-14 against the Ravens on, was that Thanksgiving? Yeah, Thanksgiving Day. Buffalo off a dominating win against Pitt. I don't even know how to think about this game. It's tricky. It's a freaking tricky one. I like both quarterbacks, to be honest. I usually just root, besides the Lions, I just try to root for quarterbacks that I like. Love Josh Allen. Pretty big fan of Joe Burrow, even though he's a little injury prone. So it's just a tough game for me. I'm kind of going to root for Cincy just because I want them to get into that AFC North Division run because it's wide open still. And I think Joe Burrow being back does help them a little bit. Their defense is still horrendous. I think the best bet for this game would just be take Buffalo's team total on the over. I think Buffalo can score literally every possession if they want to. James Cook could probably have 300 yards if he wanted to. But I'm going to take a shot on Cincy. Cincy on the spread. Just going to hope it's an entertaining game. I'm excited to watch it a lot. It's just not a great betting opportunity, in my opinion, for me to make a confident bet here. So give me Cincy on the spread, but don't feel very confident about that.
Yeah, I'm not too confident in this one either. You know, the 5.5 line is the line in the NFL that Wyatt and I typically are all over, but I'm going to lean with Buffalo in this game. And really, it's just I think Buffalo is ultimately by far the better team. Mentioned with Baltimore that they lost the turnover battle to this Bengals team 5-1 last week. So since he benefited from the +4 turnovers, yes, it looked like a big win on the scoreboard, and they really did kind of dominate them. But I think it, kind of skews this number a little bit. I know Buffalo went out and dominated Pittsburgh as well, but I do think people are thinking, Joe Burrow almost did it last year. He's going to do it again this year. I think it gets put to rest here. Buffalo really good at home. They only have the one loss to the Patriots by 3 points. Other than that, they've had some good wins. The Chiefs, the Bucks, the Ravens back in week 1 when the Ravens were actually pretty good at that point. So I like Buffalo. I like them at home here. I think the run for the Bengals is going to be short-lived. I think it's over after this week. Give me Buffalo to win and cover the 5.5. Oh, and I do like the over.
I see you like the over, and I don't blame you. I think I like the over too, and that's the reason I'm going to take Cincinnati. I just think you have two quarterbacks with very competent offenses, very questionable defenses. I know Buffalo's a popular team to slob all over, but Buffalo defense, not that great. They got a whole bunch of points scored against them and lost to the Miami Dolphins. So can they lose to the Bengals? I think they can. Both very good quarterbacks that can have game-winning drives. So you're going to give me the 5.5. I'll take the points. If you made me pick which side, I couldn't do it. So I just give me the points in this one. All right, Denver Broncos versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders 7.5-point home dogs. Over-under set at 40.5. This was a Thursday night game just a couple weeks ago. And you guys were on the correct side when you guys chose Las Vegas. The game ended up being 10-7, very close. And it was at Denver. Denver's just been winning every game. They went to overtime against Washington, a team that, as a backup quarterback, hasn't looked very good this year. So they're coming off an overtime game at Sunday night. And now you get a 7.5 line. I'm going to take the Broncos. I think they do get it done this time. Because there's sometimes we see a divisional game, I think it's going to play out the exact same way. I still think the Broncos are just way better than the Raiders. Raiders have nothing to play for. Give me the Broncos minus the points because they've looked bad and kept it close against bad teams. But in this game, I say the Broncos eat. I say RJ Harvey, one of my favorite plays. I wrote about him in the the player prop DFS article this week. Harvey to score. I like that player prop a lot. Otherwise, yeah, just give me Denver minus the 7.5. Ethan, what do you think?
I was half tempted to throw this as a fourth puke in the mouth game just because the Raiders are involved. But I think that shut down the stream. So I will.
That's our commenter. That's our commenter's he said my team is the Raiders, unfortunately.
Oh no, I got to be nice, but I can't. This team is so bad. I think they're done. I think their season's over, and I think they know it.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows too. But this is a bad team. This is like a top 5 bad team. Like ever. This team is really, really not good. There's not a single position on the team that is even worth writing home about. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head, Ben, with the second game goes a little bit differently than what the first one was. I like Denver in a blowout. I like it to go over 31-14. Denver runs away with this one.
Ooh.
Give me the Raiders. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I think they can keep it close once again. Denver can't blow out from anyone. So I'll take another shot on Raiders.
That's fair. Ethan, they scored 14 points last week. Do you think that is going to be double Brock Bowers' touchdowns again this week? How do they score those points?
I think it's going to have to be.
It's going to have to be. Okay.
It's going to have to be.
He said, no, I know we suck, LOL. But that's what happens when you try to reunite old coaches with previous quarterbacks. Yeah.
True. I will say, Brock Bowers is a bright spot. That is a position I would get excited about.
And he'll be fine. He'll be fine. The Raiders are just terrible.
I don't know. Who'd he play in college? Not much.
Let's talk about another divisional game. We got the LA Rams versus the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are also 7.5-point home dogs. Over-under set at 47.5. Rams coming off a loss to, I believe, Wyatt's Panthers. So Wyatt, why don't you take this one?
Yeah, I believe I was on Carolina in that game. They win it outright, which was nice to see. There's that Carolina podcast, and those guys have to be going through the freaking ringer with this Carolina team, beating the Rams. Who else do they beat? Someone else good. Packers, and then lose to the Saints. Is that what they lost to?
Yep,
probably.
And then they're just all over the place. Anyways, this is the Rams Cardinals, not my Cats in Carolina. Tampa or Arizona's bad. They're just not good. I know they've had 2 close games against Tampa and Jacksonville, 2 decent teams, but I think this is just going to be a Rams team that kind of got humbled a little bit. I think they were the Super Bowl favorites. They are obviously number 1 in the NFC West, or number 1 spot in the NFC. They needed to get humbled a little bit. They walked into Carolina thinking they could win that one. So I think this is a bounce back game for the Rams. They're going to, I think, take it to a divisional opponent in Arizona.
Yeah, I'm going to lean the Cardinals here, plus the points. But I don't like that it's LA off of a loss. However, LA does have Detroit on deck in their home stadium. I know it's not divisional or anything, but obviously with all the storylines of the trade and the Stafford and the Goff, I mean, it is a big game. It's 2 teams that have had history since that trade. So I do think that's a big game. You look at Arizona's schedule, we've talked about it just a million times. This team has only gotten blown out twice in the entire season. That was against Seattle and San Francisco. The 2 things that has in common, both divisional, both the second time that those teams had played. So in the first game, they only lost to San Fran by 1, lost to Seattle by 3. This is their first time playing LA. I'm going to expect Arizona to keep this one close. Look at LA to potentially blow them out, although that will be the last game of the year. So who knows what LA is playing for at that point. But I'm going to look for Arizona to keep it close in the first matchup with the Rams here, like they've done with every other team outside of the second game against San Fran and Seattle.
Why did you hear what he said about they've only been blown out twice this year?
Is it 3?
I think that means they're due. I think that means they're due for a big loss here. Get a Rams team after that humble pie. Yeah, give me the Rams here minus the 7.5. If you want to tease it down to a Rams win, that seems like it's a foregone conclusion. Which some might have said that about the Panthers, but we give the Panthers a little bit more respect around here than that. So, yeah, I like the Rams minus the 7.5. I think they get it done. I think they win by at least 2 touchdowns. I think it's going to be opposite of what you said, Ethan. I think they get a blowout here, and it's close in the last game because their spots pretty much locked up at that point. So that's how I see it. So it's going to be a big play on spot for the Cardinals, I think, in the last week this season. He says, if you watched it, it's mostly Stafford having a really off game. Rams are overall a better team than Carolina. Still have them going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, absolutely. Rams got to fight for that 1 seed right now, too, against the Chicago Bears, Ethan.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kicking myself for not playing on Carolina last week. So that was a terrible spot in hindsight. Cross country, early start. Stupid.
Let's talk about the Bears, because the Bears play the Packers, but they are 6.5-point dogs. Over-under set at 44.5. This game is at Green Bay. Ethan, the Bears are winning this outright, aren't they?
Yeah. No, the Bears might not win another game. I'm going to keep saying it. This team is just a fraud. And I was watching the Eagles game. I was like, oh my God, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. This team's decent. But then I got to thinking, I was just talking smack about the Eagles all last week before they gave up that second half to come back to Dallas. Eagles aren't that good. They can't put up any points. Now you're getting Green Bay as a 6.5-point favorite. Tell you this much. Public is hammering Chicago, and if this goes to 7, absolutely hammer spot for Green Bay. That's going to tell you everything you need to know. So I'm going to wait. I don't mind taking the 7. I know obviously 6.5 is a much better number, but I'm going to see where the market moves this. If it goes to 7, I'm immediately smashing Green Bay. Green Bay is so far and away the better team here. Chicago's not top 20. Like, they're at the end of the day, they're just not. They're 15th best odds to win the Super Bowl right now, which just tells you everything you need to know. The team is just not good. They've had a very, very easy strength of schedule. I won't necessarily knock that win against Philly at Philly. It was a big win. I bet Philly. I liked Philly in that spot. Good win for Chicago, their first good win of the season. It's all going to come crashing down, blowing up in their face. It's just not going to last. So give me Green Bay in a complete rout in this game. Think they win it 17-21. Just probably no sweat second half, fourth quarter here for the Packers.
Are you sure you're not biased because you're smashing the Packers?
I lost going against both these teams last week, so there might be a little anti-Bears bias here, but God, this team.
I'm right there with you. I think Green Bay absolutely rolls. I don't think Green Bay has the offensive capability of doing what Detroit did to Chicago early in the season, but I do think it's going to be a multi touchdown win for Green Bay. Definitely double digits. Give me Green Bay easily. Probably my favorite bet on the spread here.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. You know how I get when I start. I try to send you one way. I always try. I whip you back the other. So give me the Packers minus the 6.5. I agree. I like it a lot. Packers, man, as bad as they've looked lately, I think you're right, man. They're just gonna flood it on the Bears plus 6.5. I love it. Packers taking it. It says our commenter agreed they are frauds. Bears won 3 games against backup quarterbacks. One barely won with a blocked field goal and one with a Hail Mary throw. I mean, that's what we've been saying all year, right?
Yep. Telling you, don't think they make. Well, I don't know. They're gonna be right there on making the playoffs.
Yeah. All right, the Houston Texans head to Kansas City to face the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. Chiefs are 3.5-point home favorites. Over/under set at 41.5. I'm just gonna say it so I don't get pulled off the side. I'm taking the Texans plus the 3.5. I'm not convinced they don't win this one outright at the plus 150. Just our left tackle went on IR, Simmons, and then Juwan Taylor might be out, so we might be out with both of our starting. Sorry. I keep saying the Chiefs might be out without their starting tackles. Man, I don't know what's better if Taylor does play or he doesn't play. The dude just gets penalty. That's all he does. It's not like he ever blocks anybody. Texans, one of the best at rushing the passer. Very, very good defense. Chiefs need this one. I think a lot of people are probably going to pour in money on the Chiefs. Maybe the Texans win against the Colts is able to keep this like 50-50 enough, but I really think the Texans are winning this week. I hate it. I know, Ethan, you kind of talked me off of the throw everything I own on Chiefs to miss the playoffs at minus 130, but I just don't. I hate this game. Any game that we're going to lose, I think it's either this one or Denver, and I'd lean towards this one. What do you think, man?
I'm going to throw it to Wyatt quick because I'm going to quick touch on futures after I quick touch on this game.
Okay.
Yeah, this is turning into a not quite yet, but it's getting close for Kansas City. It's almost a must-win game. Texans play much better, obviously, at home. They did get a pretty surprise win at the Colts last week, but again, I think something with Daniel Jones isn't quite there. They are a complete different team on the road, and I just think it's going to be too much for them to go into Kansas City, and Kansas City is literally – when's the last time Kansas City's been third in the AFC West in week whatever we're at? Like, they are coming into panic zone right now. They're still a very good team. It's been a while. So this is a must-win game for Kansas City. I know Texans have won 4 straight, but I think Kansas City gets it done and wins and covers this game.
Kansas City wins and covers?
What'd you say?
I just want to make sure I heard that right. You said Kansas City wins and covers?
Kansas City win and cover, yes, sir.
Okay.
And that's going to be me as well for the graphic here. The reason I can't bet it is probably the hook, because Kansas City is just notorious for playing close games. Best bet, Ben, you'll probably see less 1st and 15s in this game than you've seen in a Chiefs game in the last 2 years with Juwan out. But here's the thing, and I just have to quick touch on futures because I think it's a really, really good week if you do want to get involved in the future market. I mean, Kansas City is a very good home team. Their only home loss on the season is Philadelphia in a game that we talked about multiple times after. Kind of a fraudulent win for Philly. KC could have easily won. Okay, their home games, Texans, Chargers, Broncos. They're not easy, but they're all at home. Their 2 road games, Titans, Raiders. Those should be easy road victories for the Chiefs. I think they see a path to the playoffs here. This is obviously, I think, a must-win at this point for Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And you just look at the futures market here. Let me quick get it pulled up. The team at the top is the Rams. I don't hate it. I don't doubt it. I like the Rams. They should be the Super Bowl favorite. Next, you have Seattle. They're not winning a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. They're a really good team. They're not going to win a Super Bowl. Imagine Sam Darnold holding up that Lombardi trophy. It's not happening. Green Bay is next. I don't think it's going to happen, but maybe. Buffalo, I like. Philly's probably not going to repeat. New England, like maybe. Denver's not doing it. Indy's not doing it. Next up, you have Kansas City, Baltimore, Detroit, San Francisco. These are the teams. The cream always rises to the top in the NFL. You don't get these Cinderella teams that actually go all the way to win the Super Bowl. We had Burrow's first or second year with the Bengals where he got close. Cream rise to the top. Kansas City beat him. You just don't get these quick turnarounds. Maybe the Patriots because they have so much history and a winning coach, and I do like Drake May. I don't see it happening yet. I think he probably wins the Super Bowl in his career. I don't see it. I think the teams you want to bet on, Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City, Detroit. I really do. That's the way I see the value here. You're getting great value on all those teams outside of maybe Buffalo, but they are right now the only team that looks like they'll almost certainly make the playoffs. So, yeah, I mean, you're at risk of not making the playoffs altogether, but it's not going to be one of these surprise teams. It's just not. Maybe it's the Rams, and, yeah, they're only plus 450. I like Kansas City. I think they get through. Ben, we were talking the other day, no one's going to want to face Kansas City in the playoffs if they make it. That's a team that's been there, done that for 7 years in a row. And if they get in, they're going to be favored over the Colts. They're going to be favored over the Jags. They're going to be favored over who else is even up there? New England, Denver. They're going to be the favorite in those games. I think if you like Kansas City to win the game, go sprinkle on their Super Bowl, them to make the playoffs. That's the way I would look at it. I do think Kansas City is still live to win that Super Bowl.
No, I like it. And I'm hearing a lot of, we do have a comment, the Chiefs' kingdom has fallen. I just feel like that's I'm seeing a lot of that right now. I feel like that's so far from the truth. They went to 3 straight Super Bowls. If they don't make the playoffs this year and get a third place schedule, you're probably looking at them with a 1 seed next year. I mean, the schedule this year was just absolute nails. So, yeah, it's far from over. He says Lions still have a chance. You guys are right. Are you in a spot or just right on the hunt? You get 6-6?
We're 7-5 in the hunt.
7-5.
It feels like the sky is falling for Detroit, but it's really not that bad.
No.
But I think it's Chicago and Green Bay, the fact that they're both ahead of us. Notice I didn't even mention Chicago. That's because they're 35-1 to win the Super Bowl.
Good point. Good point. Let's talk about Monday Night Football, guys. The Eagles head to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. Chargers are 3-point home dogs. Over-under set at 40.5. Wyatt, I'm sending it to you, but this is a game Herbert possibly has a broken hand. I don't really know. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, that's news to me because I've been focused on college. Yeah, I had Chargers circled originally. Give me Chargers again, especially if with that Herbert stuff. Yeah, Philly. I think they're going to start. They've already started. I just think they're going to continue to be mediocre, subpar, and the Chargers are a pretty solid squad. Again, quarterback situation is going to be an important thing for this game. But even when Philly was good, they weren't just destroying teams on the road. I think their biggest road win was by 17 to the Giants, but every other win was under 6 points. So getting 3 points at home for 3.5, whatever it's at, for the Chargers, I think that's a good value, and I think the Chargers can win it outright, and I like them at the field goal here.
Yeah, I absolutely hate this game. I guess for the graphic, give me the Chargers here. I don't like it, though. I could see Philly bouncing back, but I do think Philly is very similar to that 2023 team that they lost to the terrible Cardinals when Arizona was absolutely dog shit that year and got smoked in the first round of the playoffs. Just not bought into Philly at all. And it is true. Herbert does have a broken non-throwing hand. He had surgery on it on Monday, and he is supposed to be playing. So for that reason, I like the under in this game. If I do bet this game, it will be on the under. Clearly offensive issues with Philadelphia. Now starting franchise quarterback has a broken non-throwing hand. I don't think they're going to let him sit back in the pocket and really risk taking big shots. So I think they run the ball. I think they do short, quick, short passes. And I think this game ends up staying under 2 decent defenses. And the last thing I'll say about futures, look at the Chargers to win the Super Bowl maybe next year, a year after that. Once they get their 2 tackles back, good coach, good running game, like all the pieces, like where the Chargers are going in the future. But with no Slater, it does give me pause for this season.
Right. We got Bob again asking Pitt, Strange, or Jawan. I believe we were Jawan and Strange. Ethan likes Strange. I like Jawan. Why did you have a tiebreaker?
Strange.
Strange. Okay. And Mibar says they're just super injured. I think he's talking about the Chiefs. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with you about that. I'm taking Philly here based on the fact that Herbert had that hand surgery. I think it's going to make this team very one-dimensional. And I think that it's going to help the Eagles defense just be able to really key in and make life miserable for the Chargers. Do I think the Eagles blow out the Chargers? Absolutely not. I see them winning between 4 and 7. Yeah, I think that's probably that's the side I'm going to lean here. Eagles minus the 3. The Herbert injuries just scare me too much. And you know what? Maybe if the backup played, I think that actually put me on the Chargers. But the fact that they're going to try to put Herbert in there to, I mean, there's no way Herbert with one hand can be better than a backup that can actually run the offense, right?
He's played with a broken finger on that left hand, which I know it's a little different, but it was a middle finger. So I didn't go back and look how he performed, but I think he did okay.
Scares me. It scares me that Eagles defensive line. But that's good.
Have them spit on him.
Spit on him. Well, it's in the Eagles game, so we will play next week, so it shouldn't affect anything. Ethan, back-to-back weeks of pushes. What
go for another one?
If you
what
push
are you thinking this week?
we whatever you say, we just have to bet exactly the spread.
Right.
Game to finish exactly by whatever.
I think I'm going to give one that has a chance to push.
Okay.
See if we can do the unthinkable. We're going to go 9. Vikings minus the 2.
Okay.
Vikings
I could go money line, but no chance at pushing that. So, I guess there is.
Tie.
Well. Give me minus the 2.
Okay.
And by minus
Vikings.
the 2, I mean by exactly 2.
Would go Minnesota. Okay. All right, guys. That's gonna do it for this episode of Intentional Lounging. Dude, Minnesota Vikings. We'd have as many pushes as we did losses if that were to happen. We'd be 8-3-3. Bob says sorry about that. Bob, no problem, buddy. You don't need to be sorry about it. Guys, anything from you before we close out the show?
Getting down to crunch time.
Mm-hmm.
Every game counts for some teams.
Yeah. Go Lions, go Chiefs.
Yes.
Go 9.
Yeah, go 9.
Go 9.
Every team is flawed. Every team is flawed. That's what we see in the NFL.
Yeah.
Cream will rise. Don't give up on your teams quite yet till the fat lady sings, till it's officially over. Like, sorry, our commenter, the Raiders are officially over. But until then, keep the faith. Anything can happen. Bears, Broncos, Patriots, Seahawks, none of them are winning the Super Bowl.
Right. Guys, I just this is the big reveal for the end of the show. We're not going to have Mount Rushmore today, but you said to not give up faith. Does that include not moving on?
Always got to move on.
If things are better, right?
Things are better.
We're dropping it, guys. The new Better Green experience is coming out at the end of this year. If you're a premium member over on bettergreen.com, that's better, BETTOR green.com, you're going to get access to the Better and Green app coming to your phone. Guys, it is a web-based app, so it is not going to be available on the App Store, but it's just a free download that you guys can get. It's going to make the experience so much better. I just came out with an article about it today, so you guys can read about it, see screenshots from the app. All of our content is going to move over there. Way more mobile friendly. And I love the website we have right now. But the fact is, it just doesn't look as good on mobile. It looks a little dated. It is dated at this point. So we're moving on. We're going to keep that site. That will become the Better Green shop. You guys can still go over there. That's where you're going to purchase your premium plans, t-shirts, anything that you guys want. Maybe luxury watches. All of our articles, all of our stuff's going to be over there. We're very, very excited about it. There's some screenshots. I'm currently searching for some past emails from Geno Smith to get him out of Vegas. That's pretty good luck, buddy. Good luck. But really, it's something that we're all very, very excited for. So premium members, which, by the way, we got a new one today, a new VIP member. Sign up for a yearly plan. So let's go.
Nice.
Thank you to whoever that was. A lot of awesome content coming out. A lot more premium content coming out. That's going to be unveiled to everybody January 1st, 2026. Everybody else gets it a week before then. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in next week's episode. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
See you guys.